Behind the white picket fence and warm smiles of a seemingly ordinary suburban neighborhood lies a chilling secret that will send shivers down your spine. Dive into the twisted tale of Ashley Wallace, a young girl who unwittingly discovered her mother's horrifying double life as a notorious serial killer. Brace yourself for a rollercoaster ride through deception, danger, and a daughter's desperate struggle to survive in the midst of her own flesh and blood's reign of terror. Welcome to the Crime Files, the channel where we delve deep into the darkest corners of the human psyche to uncover chilling tales of crime and mystery. Today we bring you a bone-chilling story that defies all explanation and shatters the image of a loving mother. This true crime story reveals how a loving mother became a notorious serial killer. Ashley Wallace, once an ordinary woman who adored her family, underwent a chilling transformation into a ruthless murderer. This video examines the case and explores the factors behind her descent into madness. Ashley, living happily with her sister Bree and her mother Stacey, faced a distressing incident that changed her life. After a night of drinking with her mother, Ashley was discovered unconscious the following morning, accompanied by an empty alcohol bottle, prescription pills, and a letter. The letter contained a detailed confession of two murders. One of David Castor, the other of Michael Wallace, Ashley's own father. The problem is that Ashley didn't write that letter. In 2007, the quiet community of Clay is rocked forever. And what happened to Ashley that night will uncover one of the most disturbing serial killers New York State has ever seen. The year is 1999. In the small town of Weedsport, New York, 11-year-old Ashley Wallace lives with her family, her father Michael and her mother Stacey, and her little sister Bree. Although she loves spending time with her mechanic father, Ashley shares a much closer bond with Stacey, her mother, and her best friend. November 1999, Ashley is unaware that the relationship between her parents was deteriorating. Ashley noticed that her mother is starting to get more irritated and aggressive. Michael Wallace falls ill and dies, and his wife Stacey inherits his insurance. Stacey becomes a different mother to her daughters and starts disconnecting from them. A year later, Stacey marries David Castor, causing tension at home except when the girls are not present. After a recent divorce, he enjoys a comfortable lifestyle, one that he quickly begins to share with Stacey Wallace, who in his eyes is a loving mother of two young girls. Right away, Ashley and Bree don't like David and don't want to see their dad replaced so quickly. At first, they really didn't like it. He said he didn't want to be their father. He already had his children and he didn't want more. August 16, 2003, less than 2 years after the couple met, David and Stacey are married. The wedding excluded David's family, including his son. Stacey Wallace becomes Stacey Castor and moves in with David and her daughters. Both sisters dislike David as their stepfather, causing tension and making home life unbearable. They were only happy when the sisters weren't present. As the months go by, David and girls begin to bond. As Ashley prepares to graduate, she still doesn't know how proud her stepfather is of her. But as Ashley and David's relationship improves, the new couple's love deteriorates. Stacey and David fight constantly. On August 22, 2005, the Syracuse County Sheriff's Office received a distressing call from Stacey. She reports an argument with her husband, David, that lasted 7 hours the previous night. Stacey explains that David, who was drunk, locked himself in the bedroom and refuses to come out. The police are immediately dispatched to David's house. Upon breaking into his room, they discover him naked, face down on the bed. A half-filled glass of green liquid is found on the nightstand, along with an open bottle of antifreeze on the floor. David is pronounced dead at the scene by emergency medical personnel. Join us for a killer time as we unravel the case of Ashley Wallace. Don't worry, mom's serial killing days are long behind her. Let's solve the mystery and have a hilarious time together. Are you ready to crack the case, or should we call mom to do the honors? David's death appears to be a suicide involving antifreeze, but there are doubts. A turkey baster with antifreeze is found in the kitchen trash, contradicting the isolation in the bedroom. Stacey takes David's body for an autopsy and informs Ashley, sounding upset. Her daughter received a call about David's death. Devastated by losing another father figure, Ashley remains unaware of her mother's dangerous nature. Stacey Castor, known as the Black Widow for killing her husbands, escalates her actions further. Despite ongoing investigations into David's death, Stacey remains unaccountable and inherits everything, including his company, house, and vehicles. leaving nothing for his son, David Jr., who feels disregarded. Stacey started taking her daughters on trips. She was now actually spending time with us and spending money on us and wanting to be our mother again, said Ashley Wallace. In 2006, forensic evidence implicates Stacey Castor in the murder of her late husband, David. The evidence includes her fingerprints on an antifreeze-filled glass and no alcohol detected in David's blood. District Attorney Fitzpatrick and Detective Spinelli seek further evidence and plan to look into Stacey's deceased ex-husband, Michael Wallace. This investigation brings significant troubles for Stacey. On September 7, 2007, Stacey is called for a second interview. Detectives have uncovered evidence linking her to the deaths of her husbands. A revealing slip of the tongue raises suspicions. Stacey realizes she must outsmart the police or face charges for both murders. Time is running out as she tries to conceal her crimes. On January 14th, detectives listening to wiretaps at Stacey Castor's home hear a distressing 911 call made by Stacey herself. Police rush to the scene where they find Ashley barely alive next to an empty vodka bottle and prescription pills. Bree hands them a note left by Ashley, confessing to the murders of their father and stepfather. However, something is off about the letter. As it turns out, Ashley didn't write it. When emergency personnel arrived, Ashley was unresponsive and traumatized. A severely injured girl's survival is uncertain, raising doubts about her involvement in a scheme with Stacey Castor. Ashley needs to regain consciousness to avoid being charged with her parents' murder while Stacey escapes punishment for killing her own daughter. Detectives closely monitor Ashley's room, hoping for her recovery as she wakes up disorientated. Stacey manages to see her daughter but leaves shortly after expressing her apologies. Investigators uncover Stacey's attempt to frame Ashley in her manipulation of Ashley's trust in the police. Stacey was the one to suggest that Ashley drink, causing her to pass out. The next day after that suggestion, Ashley wakes up with a severe hangover. Stacey suggests drinking heavily again. Later, Bree discovers Ashley unconscious and saves her life. In the hospital, Ashley learns her mother tried to murder her. The district attorney promptly orders Stacey Castor's arrest. A Liverpool woman faces accusations of murdering her husband, and it appears she had committed previous crimes. The community is appalled by a mother's attempt to kill her own daughter for self-preservation. She blames her for the murder of her two husbands. What could be more basic than a mother's love for her child? Stacey's trial began on January 13, 2009. Ashley appears in court 1 year after the attempted murder and framing incident. District Attorney Fitzpatrick prepares Ashley to testify against her own mother, facing the challenge of confronting the person she trusted most. The trial lasted 3 weeks, with overwhelming evidence against Stacey, including a confession note on her computer account implicating her in the deaths of Mike Wallace and David Castor. The case is now in the hands of the jury. Stacey was found guilty of all charges and sentenced to 54 years in prison. She posed a danger not only to the public but also to her loved ones. Despite the difficult situation, Ashley must put on a smile every day to prevent Stacey from winning. After that, she graduated from college and got her associate's degree in accounting. She works at a CPA firm as a bookkeeper. Ashley found happiness with William Fitzpatrick, who supported her during the trial. He promised to walk her down the aisle. Stacey, suspected of multiple murders, died in prison. Ashley and Bree's love helped them overcome the killer and find fulfilling lives. And that's the fascinating story of how a loving mother turned into a serial killer. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to ponder. What drives seemingly ordinary people to commit such heinous acts? Is it a culmination of life circumstances, an inner darkness, or a combination of both? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to check out our channel for more crime-related content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more thrilling tales from the crime files.